Want the duck? Which one you want? Fix the light. Do I need to fix that light? I'm not sure. Come on in. Come on in. Just like to talk to you for a few minutes on this anniversary day of me and my lovely wife. I got my princess here, Emily. See how big she's gotten. She's growing up fast. She's now being distracted and entertained by her favorite program. Her favorite program. So I just want to come to you briefly and just talk to you right quick. And I just want to talk to you about reflecting back on our anniversary, how we got together, how we stayed together, and how we dealt with having a blended family, and just how we grew even to this point. Even also, our age is a little different. I'm a little older than her, and so I just want to reflect on all of those things in my mindset. What was going, you know what I'm saying? What was going on in my mind, and now where we are right now. Basically, when I met my wife at the time, I was at a dark place. I was at a dark place in my life. At that particular time, I was in a dark place when I met her. And so at that dark place, she became like a spark. She became like a spark to my life, and we spent time together. We talked a lot. We hung out a lot. And, just friends. And actually, this is our 2nd year anniversary, but actually we've been knowing each other for 7 years. She would watch my son. He was probably about 3 years old. I would watch her son. And, she was in a dark place herself, and I was in a dark place. And so what we did, we comforted each other just by spending time. Marcella, the name of love. And so we grew together. And the thing about it, I had a problem with being in a relationship with her because of her age. And I was thinking to myself, well, I've been through certain things that you've been through at that particular age. So, we would always bump heads because there's certain things that she would be going through that I've been through. And so there's certain things that I would have to go through again. So that was my rationale. That was my rationale of not really getting together with her or getting a relationship. But over the course of time, you want to get your thing, baby? Let me get that. But over the course of time, things change, and what happened was that we grew together. There you go, baby. And in us growing together, we learned a lot of little stuff. We learned a lot of things about each other. And so that made it a whole lot easier as far as relationship. We grew together. And, we communicated a lot. And honestly, the thing that I liked about her, my wife, was that she was kind and she was open. She was open. And then at that particular time in my life, I didn't trust no women. I didn't trust no women because I had just been hurt by a woman. And actually, like all of us, we've been hurt from situation to situation. but I was hurt by her pretty bad. Well, not hurt by her, but I was hurt by women pretty bad, so I didn't trust a woman. The only woman I trusted was my mama. Good morning, Marianne. I'm reflecting and I'm talking about our anniversary, me and my wife. This is our 2nd year anniversary. And I'm just reflecting and talking about my wife is at work right now. And so I just want to come and sit and chat to you and just express to you in my heart the things that I've been through and the things that I've encountered from the time that me and her got together. And like I said, that once we got together or we met, it's like I knew her. It's like I knew her. I looked at her and I knew her. And so we started talking. And she was a server. She was a server at the Waffle House. And so she would serve me every time I would come in. I would work out, but I would come to the Waffle House and eat something. And she knew what I would like. And so we built a relationship from there. And we spent a lot of time together, but I didn't want to have a relationship with her because of her age. But the thing that I understood, oh, thank you so much. But what helped was that we grew together. And I was worried about the age, but we grew together. And in us growing together, we learned each other. She learned me. I learned her. And we grew together. So, a relationship is about growing together. You find relationships that people grow apart. They grow apart because they stop talking. If you want your relationship to grow and stay healthy, talk. That's where your strength is at. That's where your power is at, is in your mouth. Even the Bible says that a man should dwell with a woman according to knowledge. That means to communicate. And one of the things that destroy most relationships is the lack of communication. Just don't talk. People just don't talk. People assume more than they talk. And so you're a person assuming how a person feel as opposed to asking him or her how they feel. That brings confusion. It does. And so what me and my wife did, we talked. It doesn't matter what it was. We talked about it. And so that communication built a bond. It built like building blocks onto our relationship. And basically it built trust in our relationship. And I remember we'll go out to sports bars. And I remember one time we went out to a sports bar and my wife now, but then she got behind me. It's like she was trying to protect me. And I'm like, wow. I mean, actually, a woman actually protected me because all of my life I was always the kind of guy who was protect women. I'm a protector. I'm a protector because I'm a mama's boy. And so, I learned how to treat women. I learned how to talk to women based on my relationship with mama. And so, that got me in trouble some through my life. But I trusted her. I learned how to trust her because I knew she had my back. And I know you saw the testimony of the stuff that she'd been through. She come off the streets. She'd been through a whole lot. And that attracted me because I knew she was real. I knew she was open. And I know she went about games. And see, that's one of the things that I had to deal with throughout my life. I played games myself, but the ladies that I dealt with when I was younger, games, mind games, as opposed to just expressing how you feel. But I met a young lady that wasn't about games. She was straight up. She was hurt and she wanted a friend. She wanted someone she could talk to, and me too. And so we hung out together. We did things together. We enjoyed each other's time. Really did. Really did. And it built a bond. We grew together. But the thing that really did it for me and my wife, how we decided to get married, was she met my mother. And, at a certain point of my life, the last probably 7 years of my life, almost anything I did as far as with a woman, I always tell my mama about it and say, what you think about her, mama? What you think about her? My mom would give me her insight because I've been in situations where I didn't listen to my mama. And I got with this girl anyway, and she broke my heart. And then I go back to my mom, and my mom said, well, I told you so. And so I didn't want my mom to say, I told you so. So I'll refer to my mama. Mama, she's my life. And so my mama liked her. And before my mom died, and when my mama died, actually after my mom died, that's when I decided to get married because my wife reminded me so much of my mama. And oftentimes that's what guys do. Guys will find someone that reminds them of their mama. And so she reminded me of her mama, not as far as, taking care of me all the time, stuff like that. But, that could be a part of it because she knew my touch. She knew how to talk to me. She knew how to love on me. She knew what I liked. And, and she knew I was a preacher. And I told her that Don't worry about the prophet. You ain't marrying the prophet, you marrying Ernest. And I told you, don't worry about all the other stuff. God's going to work that out. We'll grow together in God. And so I told her, relax. And that made her relax. And, you know, and she had my back. And everything I did, she had my back. And one of the things she told me, that the thing that attracted her to me was that my love for God. That's what attracted her to me, was my relationship with God. My relationship with God. Because she saw my heart. Because honestly, when I met my wife at the time, I was going through something. I had just been through a bad situation in the church where I had left this one particular church, bad blood. And I didn't want to go nowhere. I didn't want to go to no church. I wanted to go to church, but I didn't want to go in my state of mind because I didn't want God to get me at my attitude, because I might say something wrong to God's people and God get me. So I decided, talk, baby, talk. You're my cheerleader. So I decided to just, you know, stay out of church for a minute and just heal. I had to heal. I had to heal. That's why I wrote the book Secrets. When I was healing, I was writing that book. When I met my wife, in those days, I was writing my book. I was writing my book because I had a $200,000 home, lost it. Through a divorce, lost it. Lived in a motel for 2 years. Lost my car. Lost everything. Made 6 figures, lost it all. Went through, crushed, got crushed. But then God began to build my life back up again, where I could trust in God again. And so, you know, and my wife was there. She was there through it all. She was there through it all. And once we did get married, because of mama, because I love mama, you know, because of our love, of course, but mom had a whole lot to do with it. She did. And because of that, you know, I married her. And I feel that all of my life, the things, the struggles that I went through, it was to meet her. The Bible said when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtain the favor of the Lord. And my wife, I know I have favor with God because my wife has my best interest. In a relationship, the person that you want to get with a person who has your back. You want to get with your partner. You want to marry your best friend. You want to marry your best friend. And you want to be with someone that has your back. At your lowest, they have your back. When everybody else has walked away, she had my back. When I felt useless, she had my back. And she believed what I believe. I had a dream. And she believed in my dream. And she hung with me. And the thing about it, I met her at my worst. And I say, well, if she can deal with me at my worst, because I'm not an easy person to deal with. OCD. I like things a certain way. I'm just difficult. I'm a prophet. I'm just difficult. I'm difficult. But she was patient with me and she loved me. And the thing about love is that when you really love someone, you look beyond all their faults and all the habits that they have. Because if you look for something, you can find it. Yeah, I know I have habits, but this I am, who I am. This is who I am. And so she earned my trust. And so through her, I learned how to trust women again. And it really helped me how to even become more, trust even God even more, because he allowed this lady, this woman to come into my life and to nurture me and to help me, to teach me how to love. She taught me how to love by her being there. And she always told me that you could try to run me away. I ain't going nowhere. She always told me that. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere at all. And I'm glad she didn't. And I'm glad she didn't go nowhere. And so I rationalized the thing. I said, well, she saw me at my worst. And so now that God is raising me up and giving me good stuff again, I want her in my life. To death us do part. And then the other thing that we had to deal with was a blended family. Her son, my kids. She had a son and I had all my kids. And it was difficult. And we never argued. The only thing we argued about was our kids. The only thing we argued about. Because, I had a way of doing things as a father. And she had a way of doing things as a mother. So we bumped heads a lot. But we came to a conclusion. What we did, we began to just talk about it. Reason. When you have a blended family, you just have to talk about it, because what they'll do, they'll play two sides against the middle, where have you fighting against each other. When we have to be an example. And so what I decided to do was that I listened to her, and she was mama. And in this house, I know God has made me the head, but she runs the house, which means that where she say go, and I back her. You have to be in agreement. You have to become unified, even with a blended family, because it's tough, especially in my particular situation, raising another man's kid. That's difficult. because that's his. That's that's his dad. He has his dad's DNA. He thinks like his dad, feels like his dad. I'm totally different. So what I did was I just became consistent, just become Pops. All my kids call me Pops. Come here, man. Come on back. You want to come back? All my kids call me Pops. And so, I was always consistent. I was always there. He needed a ride. Needs somebody to talk to him. He needs somebody to fuss at him. Needs someone to tell him what to do. But just to be an example. With all of my kids, my thing is be an example. Not just in what I say, but in what I do. And all of my kids, I tell you, all of my kids, none of my kids have ever heard me cuss. Because I take it serious. Because kids don't just see what you tell them, but they see what you do. And so I tried to make sure that I made myself careful of what I did around and what I said around my kids, because I know what I did and what I said around them shaped them. You have to be careful of that, because what you do and what you say will shape your kids. Because if you're mean and ugly and you treat people mad and you cuss people out, believe it, your kids going to be the same way. When they go to school, act like a nut, act like a fool in school. And so discipline is so important. Consistency is so important. So me and my wife, we've known each other 7 years. We've been married 2 years, but we've been consistent with our kids, with each other. We've been consistent. We've had bumps, we had bruises, but through it all, we made it. So you're right. Amen. Amen. And so it's about agreement. It's about coming together. And now, this is our second year anniversary. She's at work and I'm talking about her. And I love her. I love her because I know she had my back. I know I do a lot of videos. And the reason why I do videos and I talk to God's people is because I love God's people. And the reason I come on all the time because I want to help. It's an offering unto God. What I do is an offering unto God, where I can help God's people to reach the lost. Or if I could I say that one word, that person that's going through that one thing, that one situation, and that one word that I say, that one word that God used me to say, that can reach them. That person that's thinking about committing suicide, that person that's thinking about walking away from their marriage, that person that's thinking about doing something that they're going to regret later. That's why I come on. This is my ministry. This is my offering to help, to serve. That's why I do it. Now, I don't get paid. People say, oh, you should do pay and you should charge, stuff like that. I do it as unto God. And what's for me is for me. God's going to make it happen. I ain't going to come on here asking for money. Oh, I need this. No. I believe that God will, if there's a need, I believe that God will speak into the ears of people and they will bless me. They will bless me. The Bible says your gift will make room for you and bring before great men. My gift is making room for me, and God will speak to people based on my need, because the Bible said that God will supply all of our needs according to his riches and glory. And there were times that at my lowest place and when I felt the worst, that's when I came on, because it was something to be able to release what I was going through and to be able to help someone else, because I could be going through a struggle, but to release a word that can help somebody in their struggle, that makes my struggle less hard and less difficult. And that's because I love God. And I do have another site, and it's called Members. It's a member site. And the reason I did that because I'm not on this particular broadcast much, because not everybody want to hear me, and I understand that. Not everybody want to hear Jesus, and so God has given me a group of people, a group of people that I will reach, that I can talk to, that will listen to me, and the ones that don't, they won't. And so I'm not worried about that. So that's why I developed, and that's why I started that members only website, is because for those people that really want deliverance, those people that really want the word, those people that really want change. That's what it's all about, change. See, your challenge, that's where your change comes, through your challenge. And my relationship with my wife through these years, it ain't been easy, but it's been worth it. It's been worth it. We've grown from stage to stage, and I love my wife, and I'm significantly older than my wife. I'm 50 years old. My wife is still in her 30s, but I thank God for her. And if I had to go through all the hell that I've been through to get to this point, to be with my wife and to have her, I would do it all over again, because I feel that my wife is the harvest, is the fruit. My daughter It's the harvest. It's the fruit of what I've been through. What I've been through. Because the Bible said the suffering of this life, this world is not worthy to be compared to the glory that shall be revealed in us. The glory in us is going to come out of us. It's going to shine out. And to me, my wife, she's my light. She's my joy. And she has my back. And I thank God for her because she gave me the opportunity. She allowed me to come on and talk. She allowed me to do what I love doing. You know, some people, they when they play football, they go to the pro. Their goal is to play in the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. NBA players, their goal is to win the championship. You know what my goal is? To do God's will. My goal has always been, my dream has always been to preach the gospel. My dream has always been to tell people about God. My dream is always to be doing what God has wanted me to do because for 20-something years I wasn't able to. I was on the backside. And there were brothers and there were people that were my contemporary that were functioning and doing what God was wanting them to do in ministry. I envied them because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the reason why I couldn't do it was because of my own choice, decisions that I made. Most struggles and most things that we go through, it's not the devil. It's us. It's our own choices. We are, self-invited troubles. Things that we fight and things that we face, sometimes we think is the devil, warfare. It's our own warfare that we create based on our choices. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, relationship. When you met that girl, and you knew you should have met her, but you got with her because she was fine. You didn't get to know her, you didn't get to know her parents, but you got with her. Then when you got married, then you saw him to a different person. Or you got with that guy, you thought he was the heaven's gift. But then when you got married, then you realized that you married a demon. It is what it is. But I thank God that God gave me exactly who I needed. He gave me exactly who I needed. And she's tailor-made for me. She fit. She's my rib. She's my rib. And this right here, Emily, this is my joy. This is the reason why I do what I do. This is the reason why. This is the harvest of what I've been through. I come to tell you, for those of you that go through hell and go through troubles, if you can hang in there and just remain faithful, even in your relationship, because see, the thing about it, when your relationship and your marriage is tried, that means it's on attack. That means there's value there. That means don't quit. That don't mean to walk away, but that means to work at it, because anything worth having is worth fighting for. Fight for your love. Yeah, you're going to have differences of opinions. You're going to bump heads, but it don't mean to walk away. That's how I was raised. I was raised to stay. But nowadays, young folk, they get into marriages and they come into the marriage with the idea, well, if it don't work out, I can leave. No, don't go into a marriage saying if it don't work out, you can leave. Well, if you go into a marriage saying, well, if I go through hard time, we're gonna work it out. We're gonna do something to make it last. That's where your reward is at, when you make it last. I'm done. I'm just talking, but I just want to just come on and say I appreciate you for even all your appreciate you for your likes and saying happy anniversary, because it is precious and it's special. And guess what me and my wife is going to do today on that anniversary? Nothing. We're just going to enjoy each other. We ain't going to go out and have fun. And we're going to have fun at home. We keep it at home. We enjoy ourselves at home. And that's my best friend. She is my best friend. I can't say that. She is my best friend. And guys, girls, ladies, you marry your best friend. See, because your best friend know you. Your best friend know your downs. They know your ugly side. And they know your good side. Is that all right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sandra. I just want to come on and just talk to you. And thank you again. Emily, she's excited. She's watching her program. But thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me talk. You marry your best friend. You grow together. When times are tough, that don't mean to give up, but it means to fight. Even in your relationship with God, even just your life, when times are tough in your life, it don't mean to give up. It means to fight. Why you think that in the 13th book of Matthew, when the Bible said when that man planted a good seed in the field, when he went to sleep, the enemy came in and sowed tares? The reason he came in and snuck in to sow tares was because there was value there in that land. Those seeds, those good seeds, was value. And what he was trying to do, he was trying to destroy what was there. That's all the adversary is trying to do, destroy what's there. In your marriage, in your relationship, he's trying to destroy What's there? Your heart. Your love is a gift. The reason why you're attacked all the time, the reason why your mind is attacked all the time, the reason why even your relationship is under attack all the time is because you have something that the devil wants. You have something that the devil wants to pervert. He wants to kill. He wants to destroy. That's your love. Keep your love. Show your love. Express your love. Because the reason why we're here is because of love. Because God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. That's why we're here. Love. Not hate, but love. And love will stand. If you really love someone, you will stand. You ain't going to run away. Because love stretches. Love don't walk away. And you know what else? Love don't gossip. Love don't complain. Love don't backbite. Love will stand. And if there's a problem, love will reason. Love will work it out. Stretch. Expand. That's love. Now, love is painful sometimes. Love is making you sleepy and tired sometimes. Yeah, I'm tired a lot. But I thank God. You know, I'm tired a lot. You know, Emily's up. You know, I mean, but she's not going to be a baby forever. She's growing up. Look at her. She's big already. I thank God for these moments. And that's what this anniversary is about. Moments. Life is about moments. You build those building blocks on the things, those good times. And even in the marriage. Now, in your marriage, and I'm done, you might be facing something difficult in your marriage. And you might say, well, this guy, he's done messed up. He done this and done that and done that. But let me tell you something. What percentage from 1 to 100% is he in your life? Is he below 50% or is he like 75%, 80%? So if he's 80% good in your life, why throw that away? If the person is 80% good in your life, why throw that away? Why replace that? Why take a chance on going to find something else? Because as the old saying that said, the grass always look green on the other side until you get on the other side. Then you know you have to realize that you got to mow that yard too. Because you're always going to have disagreements. Because you got two people raised in two different backgrounds. You're going to bump heads. You're going to think different. Your beliefs, and sometimes your beliefs are going to be different. But what you do, you know what you do? You talk about it. And you love the person. If you love the person enough, you'll listen to them. And that's what I do with my wife, and she do that with me, even with our blended family, with my kids and her kid and her son. We talk about it. Yeah, I'm like certain things. I know she don't like something I say. But, you know, we get upset. We get angry. We get quiet. You know, then we come back because we don't like being mad at each other. And if you listen to this, baby, I love you. Happy anniversary. And thank you all for tuning in to listen to me talk about my wife and just talk about life and talk about stuff as a 50-year-old. Because I'm 50. Been through a whole lot. Seen a whole lot. Suffered a whole lot. And so, you know, through all the mistakes that I've made, you know, I'm learning how to get it right. I'm learning how to get it right. Y'all take care, and thank you again. God bless you.